Hi there, and welcome to the Arts and Medicine Studio. We have such an exciting day planned. Nitsa and I just learned about a really cool new art form. It's called macrame.
Lizzie, I'm so excited that you discovered macrame because I know the best person to help us get into it and figure out how to do it ourselves. Her name is Ali, and she's incredible. She helps create community projects in hospitals, and she's also an amazing macrame artist. Hello, Ali.
Hello, Nitsa. Hello, Lizzie. Thank you for that lovely intro. I'm so happy to be here today.
Wonderful. We're so happy to have you. Ali, can you tell us a little bit about what macrame is?
Sure. So macrame is working with fiber or string, any kind of fiber to create knots and patterns. And using different kinds of knots and repeating them, you create different art forms. So they can be wall hangings, like the wall hanging that's beside me, or plant hangers, which you can see up in the corner here. You can create bracelets or bags, t-shirts, or really anything. Because once you create the pattern of knot, there's endless potential.
We have made some bracelets using macrame, not knowing it was macrame in the studio. And I was wondering, Ali, if you don't mind showing us a little bit of the different things you did, and maybe Lizzie and I would figure out one that we would like to learn how to do.
Absolutely, I'd love to.
Another example of macrame in the house. So this is super simple, just attaching strings onto another string, but because of the repetitive motion, it ends up looking nice as a wall hanging. And another one here, a window hanging that still lets plenty of light in. So a similar idea there.
Ali, these projects are amazing that you're sharing. I love all of the different patterns that you can create just with knots. Now, I have a confession to make. I'm not very good at making knots. Is there a really simple one that we can start with today that you could show us?
Absolutely. I have what's called a lark's hitch knot. And that's a good starting point because it's a starting point for a lot of macrame projects. And it's a technique of how you attach one string to another string. And that's what you saw on the piece that was hanging on the wall with all the strings hanging down. It's just a series of one knot. That's all you need.
What do we need to have, Ali, to try to do it with you?
So for this project, you need 2 strings. I have one shorter one and one that's a little bit longer. And your shorter string will be the stable cord. So that's the cord that you're going to use to attach the other string onto. What kind of strings do you have today?
So I have kind of this plastic braided string. So it kind of curls around differently than yours does. Do you think it's going to work?
I think that'll work, and it'll create a fun shape as it tries to hold its shape too. What about you, Nitsa?
Ali, I have a rope.
You have a rope. You have a really big string. Rope is just really big string. So we'll start with one. It's a little tricky to do for the camera. So just know that when you're doing this at home or wherever you are, you can put this string down on a table, or you can tape it up so that you don't have to continue to hold it. So just know that as we start. So we're going to take our second string, and I fold it in half. And so I fold it in half so that the 2 ends meet here, 2 little legs. Then we have a loop at the top. So I'm going to hold it with my 2 fingers so that I can see the loop. And I'm going to pick up my stable cord with the other hand. And now I'm going to loop in front and fold the loop over. And now, oops, and if you drop it, that's okay. Gonna loop it over, and then I'm gonna put my fingers into the opening and pull the 2 legs of string through and pull it tight.
Oh my
Let's see.
gosh. I
It's
think
working.
I did it.
It's working.
It's working. And that's a lark's hitch knot. And you can decide for yourself which way you like it. So you see the way I have it facing, you can see the cord here. And on the other end, it disappears and you can just see the rope. And so you can decide which way you like it. And then you can start to add more strings in the same way. So holding the second string with the loop, bringing it over, around, bringing my fingers through the hole and pulling the legs through, pulling it tight. And there we go. And you just add all of those together in a line.
I could imagine just adding a few more and what can be done with it. It's incredible. Lizzie, how did yours come out?
Mine came out super twisty, but I really like it. It's holding its shape in a really fun way.
That's so fun. I like when you put it on your head. It could be like a headdress.
Exactly.
Or a hairpiece.
What are you going to teach us next week, Allie?
Next week, we'll learn how to make a spiral knot and a square knot. And so I'll tell you a secret that it's actually 2 versions of the same knot that create these 2 different designs.
If you created any of these loops, or if you just have questions or you want to share with us how you got tangled with a string or a rope, write to me at amnitza@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Lizzie, for coming up with it. And Allie, you're amazing. Thanks again and looking forward to next week.
Thank you both.
Bye.
Bye.